Greetings, brethren, and welcome back to the Chess Crusader channel. Today I'm going to show you the best way to improve at chess in general. Maybe you're tired of studying openings, you're tired of studying endgames. I'm going to show you the best way to improve at chess without doing any of those things. In fact, because there are no openings. It is Chess960. Every game that you play, completely random backline, and it forces you to think on the fly. Chess960 is really good because it makes you think critically. If you're playing openings, your brain is turned off. Most of the time, you kind of know what to do, and you know different variations, but with Chess960, you have to figure out what you're doing immediately. So I'll show you how it works in case you've never played before. It's just an option on chess.com to play Chess960. We'll do a 10-minute game. My opponent just pushes this forward right away, but we're going to take some time. We're going to try to figure out, okay, all of my pieces on the back rank, they're all jumbled up. We got to think, what is probably the best move for us to play? Well, right off the bat, we could probably just go here to open up our bishop and our queen right away. Getting our bishops out is really good in the opening. Knights are fine because they can go to any of these squares. Not really a problem. The rooks ended up on the corner, which is quite funny. And same thing with the king and the queen. They're just on opposite sides. So, and actually, everything is pretty symmetrical, actually. This is kind of amazing. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. But for now, I think we will play... Well, we could go there to sacrifice the pawn right away, but let's just try to play solid, right? Castling works normally as well. Since, like, this would be short castling on this side, and this is long castling on this side, so the pieces still have to go to the correct squares. So if I castle this way, then the king's going to go here, and the rook is going to go there. Okay, my opponent also just brings out his bishop. I think that this is a good idea as well. I can bring... Like, my bishops have scope. My knights can go to whatever squares they want. I can probably go here. It depends, though. I might go here first to get some coverage on this square before if I want to go there. So let's go this way. Yeah, Chess960 is very different because, like, there's no openings. You just have to play. You have to kind of figure out what you want to do. So I can go here now. This bishop has a really nice, like, line there, though. It's pretty good. So maybe I'll just hold it for now. Could also go here. Just put some pressure right down the center. Could also just line up my my queen, but probably not the best idea. Depends on where I want to castle, too, because this is long castle. This is short castle. So you just have to have the right pieces out of the way. So maybe for now, maybe we'll go here. Just a waiting move, because I'm not entirely sure what we want to do right now. But, okay, so he's going to go there. I'm not going to do anything, because if he wants to give my queen the file, that's totally fine in my opinion. So I will just develop this knight to this square. Nothing wrong with that. If he wants to take with his bishop, then we open up our rook, so it's not a big deal. So we've spent 2 minutes, and they've spent less than that. Just want to trade right away. That's totally fine. We can put some pressure on this. We can put some pressure. Could go here. Doesn't really do anything. Could try to just like get in because this pawn is kind of hanging. Forces a trade actually if we go here. We'll go here, and then I kind of like this positioning, just having like the bishop here, being able to be out. So let's go here. It forces a trade of at least some. Like he could go here to defend with his queen. But I like this specifically because we're going to go here, and we're going to put some pressure here. Which is good. He'll probably just like try to push or something to defend, but I feel quite good about this. Like this bishop's going to be very good for me. I can castle this way now. I can try to just come down the center. So that feels good. I can also bring my knight up here. Maybe even my queen. I have more activity than my opponent now, which is really nice. But my pawns have not moved forward very much, so I might want to think about how I want to do that. Remembering where your king goes is important. So this is, yeah, the long castle here. Okay. So my opponent comes forward, right? And maybe they want to move their knight somewhere. This could be a target for them. I don't really want to let them get there. I could also go here. Once again, threatening another trade, but that doesn't really do anything for me, so I probably won't do that. I'm going to wait on castling now, but I will try to probably just open up the center. I feel like it's a good idea. Because here, like, I have 3 guns pointing at it, and it just feels good. I can get my rooks into the game, especially if I castle this way, because then my rook will be pointed directly there. So this seems like a good time for a pawn push. Okay, gonna go there. Take with the knight, probably, because then we put some pressure on his knight. Sure, let's do this. Then if he takes back, we get here with the threat on this pawn, which is also threatened by the king, so that's good. Okay, so our immediate threat right here might defend it this way, might defend it this way. Either way, after he does like his defensive move, now we can castle this way. Well, now we can't anymore, because my plan was to castle that way. But now, yeah, we can't do that. But we can castle this way. This will be a short castle, and then we can just try to get our... Because this lineup here, it's only defensive. Like, he can't take this with the queen. Well, he can, but then he'll lose it. So, yeah, definitely don't castle that way anymore. We could go back here and then threaten the exact same thing, because he won't... Yeah, he wouldn't do that. He could also go here, though, which would not be great. Let's just castle... yeah, I think we'll just castle this way. See how we did a short castle on that side, even though the pieces were far enough for the long castle. Actually, the king was there, so... Alright. So now what are we going to do? Well, probably get a rook to the file, and I'll probably take this rook to the file just because this rook's a little busy guarding this pawn. I do notice that I realized that I missed this. I probably should have taken more time. This is a rapid game. That would have been crushing. Yeah, now we can't do that. So, but our ideas are now to just push and attack. I feel like my attack's going to be much quicker than my opponent's. So, that's something. But the threat is definitely this. Okay, he's going to go there. And now what do we want to do? Probably try to put some more pressure. Probably try to push even just going here. This is huge if we just try to go over here. We can also push this pawn as well. So either of these is probably a really good move, so I will go here first. Then maybe we can line up over here and try to get some threats. This bishop is really good for attacking, so probably won't worry about it too much right now. We can go here, threaten the move. Because he is coming this way. Let's say here, and if he moves here, it's probably, like, I don't see any kind of like a push that's going to be really critical, especially because both of my pawns cover these squares so well. So I think I'll just go here for now. Then we will continue our onslaught over here. Yeah, this way, and then I think we'll try to line up and attack in this direction. All right. I guess we can just trade this. We don't have to take, so I probably won't do that. And just start pushing this side as well. Just try to, get to the king there. Because if he goes here, go here. Whose attack is quicker? I think it's mine because I just have like bigger threats in general. If we take here, he can take back this way, and that's not great for us. But then we do have some pressure down here. Could be the play to go here. It could even be the play to just move up here. We can give a check. It doesn't super help us. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go here. And if he continues to just kind of attack, we're going to give this check. He has to move his king somewhere, and then we will bring this pawn forward, allowing us to kind of get in there. So we're going to give this check. Yeah, because he's thinking after all of these trades, he can just kind of barrel down here. But if we just don't take back, it doesn't exist. So what we'll do is we'll give our check. So this is it's devolved into kind of like a normal chess game. So we can go... Do you want to go here instead? Okay, let me think about this attack for a second. Here, if he pushes forward. Here. That's really his only option. Okay, we're going to do this. Pushes, we'll take here. And of course he takes back. He can not block with the queen, actually, because our pawn is now protecting that square, so that's a good... Okay. I still don't think we have to worry about this all that much. Here? Yeah, okay. This is the play. Threaten the promotion, go back and give this check. He's forced to, I don't know, like move this, and then we just have checkmate. So I think we just go here. So we at least get the pawn, because like he can take this, but it doesn't really matter, right? He has the checking threats. Sorry, he has no checking threats. If he went here, that'd be a bigger deal, but he can't do that if I give this check. King is very restricted. We give this check here. He has to move his king there. Oh, never mind. It's just checkmate. Okay, so I was seeing the other checkmate, but yeah, everything is just perfectly kind of connected there. So yeah, we're good to go. So now we look at our game review, and usually these game reviews are lower than normal because there's not as much opening theory, so we don't get as much bonus points right off the beginning. So let's look at our game review. Oh, I forgot to do my... to set that up. Okay, so we got 77.3% accuracy. That's honestly pretty good in this. My ELO is only 1067 because you start at about 1,000 and then you just go up and down, but I haven't been... Like, look how many points my opponent lost. He lost, like, so many points for losing this game. I thought I played like a 1400. That's good. I'm about 1500 on rapid, so that is very good. That shows you that you're not winning just because of theory. You're winning because you have the ability to make plans, which is, yeah, exactly what happened there in this game. So let's do a little game review just to show. So he played an excellent move. It thinks that this is the best move. Okay, that's fine. I couldn't tell you why it's the best move in this position, because it only opens up your queen. It doesn't open up any of your pieces. It probably just likes the center control. I go here. Okay, excellent move again. So nothing crazy. It wanted me to just e4, e5. Sometimes things just don't change. Sometimes it just doesn't change in chess. Another excellent move, opening up his bishop. Same thing with me. Excellent move. Not good. Okay, so it wanted me to develop this bishop here. I guess maybe so that I honestly don't know. Best move. Why? Does it give me a follow-up? No. It just allows me to control all of this and all of this. That's okay, though. That's totally fine. We play a good move. That's better than like an inaccuracy, so. Yeah. Okay, so just again, a developing move. I did it on this side, and it thought that it was good. So, there you go. But the thing about games like this is that the stuff that you learn, like that's, you learn it more about general positions rather than for this specific opening. Because there's 960 of these, there is a good chance, I just got a game request from somebody, there's a good chance that you just never see this position again, right? Because it's all random. In fact, the order that we got was kind of crazy because everything was kind of symmetrical. Everything was exactly symmetrical with the bishops and the rook and the knight. Like, it was actually kind of crazy. You never usually see it. Yeah, so we develop our knight. Oh, another request. And yeah, they just trade. We're going to take back. And yeah, now I wanted to get my bishop here. This was a bit short-sighted because it's like, okay, obviously he's just going to push, but I just liked kind of giving myself more active pieces than my opponent because look how many pieces he has on the back rank, right? So this is my play. Still thinks it's equal, right? I'm going to push my pawn in the center. Just, it felt like a good time to open it up. I did neglect that this pawn would be hanging afterwards because it's not a short castle. My king doesn't end up here. My rook doesn't end up here. On this side, it's actually a long castle. So my king would end up here. My rook would end up here. And this pawn would be hanging, just like later in the game how I missed that hanging pawn. So we have some trades. He goes to defend. It thinks that he should go here and just try to get a trade. Yeah, that's reasonable to me. We castle this way. It wanted me to castle that way. That doesn't make any sense. Why? Oh, because I had this mate on the board after the castling. That's crazy. Okay, yeah, in my brain I was just like, I can't do this because, you know, but then I forgot my rook's going to end up on this square. That's crazy because it makes a crazy threat in the middle. Wow. Okay, there we go. That would have been a brilliant castle, I'm pretty sure. Maybe. Who knows? Anyways, we castle this way instead, and yeah, I just missed that. My opponent castles, 2.2 advantage, and yeah, we missed it. That's okay. Um, I was just trying to follow through with my plan. I guess I just assumed that it would be fine. Shouldn't do that. Because if we get this check instead, like this is crazy because now he's got a, I don't know. If he goes here, we're going to give this check and he's going to come out and we can give another check if we want and, you know, reposition. So, okay, go back here and yeah, we missed that. So we went here instead and we just decided to attack. Wanted me to go here and give this check right away. I honestly couldn't tell you why. +1 advantage to go here, and then he goes here, and then what, right? Maybe he wants me to put my bishop here. Let's see the follow-up. Oh, it just wants me to go back. Okay, I couldn't explain it to you. So he gets his pushing there. Yeah, it still wants me to put my queen there, which is kind of crazy. Trade off. Wants me to take. See, I didn't like this take. I didn't like this. Because here, he just gets like an attack, and then if I'm going like... Oh, I guess I have this pawn. But I'm thinking, like, I want to try to attack his king, right? That was my plan. And if I go here and he's allowed to, like, trade some pieces off, and I guess his pieces are over here. But it's +3 for me, but I only have one pawn up, and I didn't see it, too, right? So I guess he wants me to go back here. Yeah, I don't know. Get some action on the back rank, who knows? Obviously not, but not like that. But yeah, okay. I can see that kind of conversion. In my brain, especially with these shorter games when you don't have time to calculate everything, I was like, okay, this is just bad in general because now he's attacking my queen. And I didn't really want to trade. I wanted to use my pieces to do an attack. And I recognized that my opponent's attack was not great. Like, see, he pushed here. I recognized this was not great because after he gets in and stuff, he has no play because everything is behind the pawns. If I just don't take them, there's no threat. See? We get that check. We're going to go there. Okay, it did like my move here. It did like this, which is encouraging. Yeah, and then we're going to take, which is great. He goes there to try and get some pressure because he's like, okay, well, I'm going to get to you, but his own pawn's blocking him, right? So this game taught me, hey, if like your opponent's coming in, they have to actually have like their pieces sourced in a way that they're going to do damage. Like if his queen is over here or, you know, on this line, if this queen was on this line, this would be a lot scarier because now after this, it's just checkmate. So I don't even have a good way to defend it. So yeah, being able to go here. Oh, it is just me. Like he had nothing. What was his best move? His best move was just to give me a check so that I had to go hide. Little umbrella pawn. And then probably just try and trade queens. Yeah, go over here. Yeah, and then since this is all here. Wow, look at that, huh? I have a very cool mate. But there you go. That's like a way you can get better at chess without learning any openings. Chess960 is really cool because you don't have to play any openings because it's new every single time. It's better to play it for long time intervals. I've tried playing it on like short ones, like 3 minutes, and you don't really have any time to get anything going. But to play chess where it's like random pretty much every time, you get to like think for yourself. You can't rely on theory, which is good because I don't know any openings. I don't know any openings very well. It's definitely something that I should learn. There is clearly value in learning openings. I'm starting to hit a ceiling where opening theory is only going to help me because I spend a lot of time on my moves. So while Chess960 is good in general to get you better at chess because you learn more game sense, openings are very valuable as well. So hope you learned something today. Hope you maybe want to try this for yourself. If you do, let me know. I'd love to see you. I stream on YouTube. Usually try to do it about twice a week. And I play my viewers. Like I had a notification pop up. Somebody tried to play me because they saw I was online. Feel free to hop by. I love playing against you guys. So thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next one. Godspeed, brethren.